Hi there. My name is Daniel Hogan, and today I'm going to talk you through my applied coaching assignment, the modern performance coach, how to thrive in today's world. So, we know that strength and conditioning is a rapidly growing pillar of the sports industry, and it's a comparatively new feature within the sports world. The NSCA was founded in 1978 by 78 strength coaches from across the different American programs. These strength coaches relied mostly on anecdotal experience from their own athletic careers and coaching journeys rather than coaching qualifications and university degrees. By contrast to this, in modern Ireland, we have close to 3,000 sports science graduates each year and over 22,000 qualified coaches from across the different national governing bodies within the country. This increased level of coach education has led to a better standard of practice across the board, and it's also led to the evidence-based practice movement. This has spilled across from the medicine and the healthcare field, which basically means that practitioners in the modern world utilize scientific research, reasoning, and evidence much more than ever before to justify and qualify their practices. This better level of practice has led to an increased level of competition, which means that the young coach now must work harder than ever before to stand out from the crowd. Not only this, but the modern S&C coach must be able to keep up with an ever-changing landscape. This is as a result of higher levels of research, investment, and education going into the field. And these have led to an increased level of professionalism, changes in training principles and theories over time, such as the long-term athletic development theory, which has been revisited and revised four times by the NSCA since its first inception. It's also led to advanced technology, societal shifts into the utility of strength and conditioning, and it also led to a newfound access to information. So, how does a young coach become an expert coach? Well, Grant and Dorgo described the journey of becoming an expert coach as a three-stage taxonomy. So we've got the beginner stage, the competent stage, and the expert stage. And then through reading other research articles, um, we know that expert coaches are highly knowledgeable on training and movement technique, of course. But not only that, they're strong communicators and they have really good interpersonal skills where they're able to form good bonds and connections to their athletes and their clients and indeed the staff around them. And I believe this communication and these interpersonal skills are, I believe these play a huge role, a massive role in what makes what allows a good program to become a great program. I think that relies on how it's communicated and how the coach engages with the players and with the clients. Not only are expert coaches really good, strong communicators and good at forming relationships with their athletes, they're also able to overcome challenges. So they're able to be encountered with a challenge and they're able to overcome it with relative ease. And they're also able to make effective decisions, which incorporate the context and the circumstances in front of them. So I think it's defining of a young coach to be hammer and tongs with the evidence-based practice approach and really apply it to everything they do. But I think what makes an expert coach is the ability to, of course, implement evidence-based practice, but also to be able to incorporate the who, the what, and the why that's in front of them, the context and the environment that presents itself to them. And I think an expert coach is able to implement this into their practices and make informed decisions using this information. Not only does a beginner coach have to strive to become an expert coach due to the level of competition within the field, but they also have to keep up with the times. So we know that the world as a whole has seen advances in technology, and this is no different in the sports world. Technology has changed the way that we measure, monitor, and train our athletes. Now more than ever before, we're able to create faster, fitter, and stronger athletes year on year. The modern coach must be comfortable and willing to integrate these technologies into their practice if they want to stay ahead of the curve. If they want to keep up with the times. They need to be not just comfortable in the gym, on the pitch or on the track. They need to be comfortable at the desk in front of a computer screen using these technologies and interpreting the data from them to get the most out of their players, to enhance recovery, to monitor their players, to enhance performance. But not only has technology advanced with the times, so has society. There's been a perspective shift as to the utility of strength and conditioning. And the NSCA, for example, has recognized the benefit of resistance training and weights training in elderly populations to offset the effects of frailty and aging in the working world, such as the police force and physical jobs such as paramedics, firefighters, in the army, for example, and within surgical settings to enhance post-surgical outcomes, to speeding up post-surgical recovery times. And these are just a handful of examples that have been recognized, but the list is endless, and we can now more than ever see strength and conditioning playing a part in the healthcare and the medicine world. So the modern S&C coach has to be able to keep up with these and be willing to throw themselves into these environments and use these technologies. But not only that, also through this increased level of education and increased access to technology, we find ourselves within this information revolution where decades of human discovery is now available at the click of a few buttons on our smartphones or on the computer. And I believe that this has led to positive and negative consequences depending on where the information has come from. Um, so it's now a novel task for coaches where we have to educate not just ourselves, but also the athletes and clients to be able to distinguish between what's good information and what's not such good information. Um, and to you have much more informed and better practices. But not only this, but this information revolution also presents another challenge in the fact that we now have to be more answerable for our programming. We have to be able to deal with scrutiny and questioning as our players become more educated and they have access to information from Instagram or TikTok or online libraries, wherever their source might be. But we have to be able to not just educate our athletes of what's right or wrong, but also be able to deal with an educated athlete, being able to question, well, why are we doing it this way and what's the reasoning there, and be able to give good justifications for it. I did some research on this topic myself, but I couldn't really find much. So I feel like there may be a potential gap in the research here, and this is potentially where the research might go in the near future. Um, so just to conclude that we know with strength and conditioning, it's an ever-growing field within sports performance due to its relatively freshness to the world, um, and the health sector. So the modern coach has got to be flexible and has got to be willing to and able to evolve with the times. Um, Coaching degrees and qualifications are absolutely essential, but they're just stepping stones on the coaching journey. Real world experience and experiential learning plays a critical role in coaching development that allows coaches become those expert coaches, work on those communication skills, work on those effective decision making skills, um, and be able to use an integrated practice somewhere between evidence based and experiential based that allows them to create the program that's best for the environment they find themselves in. It's highly likely that when coaches finish up their formal education, times will change, technologies will advance, new theories will come out. Therefore, I think it's incredibly important that coaches pursue continuous professional development to stay on top of these trends and developments within the sphere. Through workshops and seminars, um, pursuing postgraduate degrees, shadowing more experienced coaches, and engaging with these new technologies as they arise and as they come out, um, we are able to keep ahead of the times, keep ourselves informed, and hopefully keep our practices up to date. My final thoughts here is that strength and conditioning coaching is an incredibly rewarding experience, and we have the unique opportunity to connect with our players and our individuals and leave a truly lasting impact on them. It's an exciting time for strength and conditioning as research, new technologies are all coming out and they're consistently allowing us to create fitter, faster, stronger, and healthier individuals. It's exciting to think what the next trend might be and where the industry might go. But the modern coach has got to be able to develop themselves alongside that industry. They need to be able to employ an holistic approach into their practices that uses technologies that fits into the health sphere or fits into different environments. We need to be able to engage with our players better and we need to be able to communicate effectively. We need to be able to take what we've learned through our qualifications and through our degrees and be able to apply it in a real world practical setting. Thanks for listening.